Hello Aquarius and welcome to your October 2022 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that I have is the Hermit and the Seven of Cups. And right away, just in those two cards, we're talking about, well, first of all, the Hermit, as he walks and uses his wand here, his willpower to move forward. He is guided by his lamp. He's guided by his inner truth. His inner truth, for it to be a real lamp and not something that is all over the place, has to be grounded. What's his inner lamp per se? First of all, in there you'll see like a six-pointed star, which is the masculine and the feminine, one on top of the other, creating a whole. Okay, so that means that the left brain and the right brain together, our invisible and visible, rational, spiritual, instinctual, shadow, light, yin yang, all of this in one. So it's the beautiful harmonizing energy, synchronization of our feminine and our masculine within ourselves. This is what guides him. So this is why it says, yes, he follows. He'll make one more step. With the Seven of Cups, here we have an aspect of the cups that means water that is distorted. Okay, the Seven of Cups. You look at this guy, he looks in front of him and there's a cloud filled with cups with different things in them. Which one are real, which one are false? They're all projections. They're not options, they're projections, possibilities. In the cloud of unknowing, of possibilities in front of us. Now, if you're guided by that, you're going to be all over the place. Because as we understand, water is memory, water is a receptacle of vibration, vibrations from higher than us, but also it will emit the vibrations of our memories, of how we feel. So, therefore, when we imagine, we kind of dig into our beliefs, our traumas, we can project, and so on. Back in the days, when they would represent an oracle, they would actually show this, the women, they would look in pools of water, because this is a way to see beyond oneself. But here in the Seven of Cups, this is when our traumas and our wounds are blurring the water, making it like I'm seeing things that I am afraid of and that I fear, even if they're not there. And at the same time, I can fantasize things that are completely wild, on the positive or the negative. So you're going to be confronted with that this month, Aquarius. Then I have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is what is probably preventing you from jumping into something. Or some of you maybe will be in reactions to projected things, but this is going to become very obvious this month. Probably because we have this beautiful full moon in Pisces, so your waters, your unconscious waters will become very obvious, will be shown to you. And at the end of the month here, we have Temperance. And Temperance is, see how it's brewing the cups one into the other, creating this beautiful alchemy to purify the waters so that it's not all over the place anymore. Under that, we have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Six of Wands. So this is good because it's like if in order to pursue your continuity. Here we have this kind of the Six of Wands. This is when, okay, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm not conflicted anymore. So there's this, for a lot of you, there's going to be a surpass of the Hermit on top of the Seven of Cups. So the inner wisdom, the synchronization of who we are and how we walk about, following our own, the truth of our soul, the truth of our wisdom, over our reactionary, what is out there, and so on. So, Six of Wands, acknowledgement, movement forward in a wise way. This is going to be probably like the theme for you this month. So, not as spontaneous, reactionary anymore, but here under that I have the Sun and I have the Ten of Cups. A huge clarity on exactly what is out there, on exactly how I feel, how I am when I'm around people, what is actually being shared, allowing the sun to touch every drop of my waters so that it can create a rainbow. So there's probably going to be some kind of taming of your fire in that sense, and more feeling what is actually going on the water level. Under temperance, the big healing, here we have Three of Cups, Queen of Cups. Look at you becoming very familiar or in peace with your water, okay? And under that, I have the Four of Wands and the Five of Wands. So, since we have two opposites here and two opposites at the end also, one, either I'm lost in my emotions, therefore I will be all conflicted, or I master my emotions. I am allowing light into my water. I am not letting my wounds obscure my vision of what is in front of me, but actually relying on what is truly there. I am making the choice to be happy, or I am still conflicted at the end of the month. This is going to be probably a variety between all of you. Okay, all of Aquariuses don't go, exactly in the same pace here, or have to deal with same things. But here, bottom of the deck, I have Judgment, and this is a bit what all of this is all about. Judgment over what has been recorded in the waters in your body. Okay, so, and since you're the water bearer, okay, you're not the water keeper, so that means you're feeling good when the water flows. You receive it infinitely and you give it back. You experiment, draw your conclusions, but do not hold on to it. That is when you're the most aligned with the flow. So here, I think there's going to be a big healing and grasp of consciousness of what was hidden in your shadow waters, let's say. Let's clarify this for you, Aquarius. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Aquarius for the month of October 2022. All right, let's look at let's look at the Hermit and the Seven of Cups. Hermit and Seven of Cups. Oh, there we have the High Priestess. And that is very nice because, and here's the Sun and the Six of Wands. The High Priestess, in the story of the tarot, the Hermit went to see the High Priestess to connect with his soul so that he could have access to that information, to that perspective. So here, this is really going to, let's say, change your relationship with your High Priestess so that you can have access to the information, knowledge that hasn't been written but that can only be felt and experienced. Okay, let's look at that Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands. So maybe just check your reactions this month. Not to be reactionary, but more in your wisdom of your Hermit here. Because as long as, okay, so I have the Tower in reverse. Yes, I would say this is almost a little warning. If you're in your Seven of Cups and you're making projections, and when I say projections, it's in the sense of, let's say I look outside in the forest and I'm in the middle of the forest. If when I was 12, I got attacked by a bear, let's say, I would look at the forest and this trauma is within me. I feel it, I still cry about it and all of this. When I would look at the forest and when I would walk in it, every time I would hear a branch cracking or something like that, that would be a possible bear attacking me. And even if I see somebody with a fur coat, I would actually start imagining that this person is capable of attacking me. This is when the memories in my waters haven't been cleared. I'm holding on to them. Therefore, that's the vision they give me. So therefore, I cannot enjoy things like I should. I cannot see the truth that is in front of me. I cannot see the real opportunities, but I can react. I can reject things before they hurt me, even if they weren't supposed to. Or I can fantasize about things that do not suit me at all because it's influenced by my old traumas. So here, having the Tower in reverse with the Knight of Wands in reverse, this is really about your wisdom can prevent a tower for you. If you don't react to it. Maybe you are going to see somebody do that, and that's going to help you ultimately to heal. But here with the King of Swords, you're going to have this understanding of a lie you bought because of an emotional charge and how, it was really preventing you from attaining 10 of Cups and the Sun and the Four of Wands and so on, and keeping you in conflict and blur. So you might have something very significant happening to you and showing you exactly that this month. And you're going to be really happy not to have reacted to it. Let's look at the Temperance. Temperance spirit. So temperance is the capacity. All right. 10 of Wands, reverse. We're letting go of all those 10 wands on our shoulders that's been blocking our view. Finishing a cycle of conflict and so on. And here, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like if all of the abandonment, the feeling where I gave so much more in this situation compared to what I received. I've never had any support. I've never had any, and so on and so on. This is what you've been carrying, and that was creating the fog in front of you, preventing you from being able to continue your path towards fulfillment and joy in a happy way. So temperance is slowly bringing you to the emotional state where you're going to see the bigger picture and you're going to allow yourself to let go of that. It doesn't mean that unbalance doesn't exist and abandonment doesn't exist and all of that. And yes, you've lived it. But as long as it's not part of your reality, of your waters, you will not have to live it again. You will not abandon yourself by keeping this and making this your truth. Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. All right. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have our 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Sword. We understand that the Wheel of Fortune will always turn when we get an understanding. That's why the Sphinx has this sword in his hand. I understand how I've been moving myself forward, Knight of Pentacles, in the past. And here, this is like you're finally hearing what your soul has been talking to you about this. How it's maybe imprinted in your waters as a memory, as an emotional charge attached to a memory. But it's not the truth of your soul. It's the truth of your story, of your human tribulation. And you are in power over your human tribulation. You either live it as it is consequences of your belief and your vibration, and it's being mirrored out there, and you're just like going through the motions and living your tribulations, or you rise above it. You make the difference between what is being manifested from my waters. Let's look at that 6 of Wands so that finally you can say, okay, I can come back from that and I can actually experiment something completely different. I understand what that lesson was all about. This is a rising of consciousness over the wounds. King of Pentacles. And here I have the 5 of Swords in reverse. And being Aquarius, an air sign, the 5 of Swords was probably a tool that your mind was using to just prove right that things were unbalanced and that you were abandoned and so on. Prove you right that you were struggling and that you always had to give so much more, and look how it is. And with the 7 of Cups, this is when we read how people act towards us in a way where we are being defeated. This is no more. King of Pentacles, you're mastering this when it comes to it. And for some of you, you must have had a hard time even investing in yourself and creating stability, security for yourself, or having people around you that actually emanate that, because it didn't fit with your vibration, with your concept of the reality that was in front of you. Let's look at the sun. So Wheel of Fortune, Sun. And now we have the Knight of Wands upright with the Page of Pentacle. So instead of a reaction that might destroy things, this is here. I am in the here and now, and I am actually investing, planting, growing. Because the Knight of Wands is not a negative card. It's essential to be able to be in the here and now and follow our passion fearlessly. But when he is more of a reaction here and now, and I'm not thinking of any consequences or whatever, and I'm not gonna stick around either, I'm just in and out and so on, then it is something completely different. And maybe that aspect of you that wasn't able to stick around, or have people sticking around because of the emotional baggage that was in the shadow, now the light is shining on it. 10 of Cups. King of Cups. 8 of Wands. From a space of, the other can actually bring light. I have light in my waters, the other bring light in the waters. We can exchange joy. This is like the concept that you're finally ready to allow into your life. That kind of, yes, things can be of a beautiful, harmonious water level, grounded emotions, emotional intelligence on that sense also. Nothing is preventing me from actually living something positive and building from high vibrations with people. 3 of Cups is the celebration of life. It's the people around us being able to actually have fun, feel their love and their appreciation for us, allowing that in instead of projections and conflict and feeling abandoned and rejected. So that's like a switch. This is really like getting very conscious of what was hidden in your waters, in your shadow waters. Because of course there's the waters, our conscious waters, okay? What we know is in there, we're conscious of it. And there's the shadow waters, the memories, the traumas, the beliefs that are in the unconscious waters. And I think that like a part of that is being shown to you this month, Aquarius. And you're going to be able to rise above it, let it go, flush it out, not carrying it with you. And you'll be able to see in a beautiful light way, bring your heart forward. And here is the King of Pentacles upright again, like we had here. Being able to have a much better relationship with this reality, Malkut. Making it much more pleasant, and it's okay. And I believe that, I can be supported and I can be engaged for a long period of time with people that want the best for me. All of this, choosing to relate to others and so on. Really having a completely different vision of you and the other kind of thing. The Lovers. It is, of course, ultimately it's a choice. 4 of Wands. Of either I remain protected, closed off, in my own thing, having my projections, living like this, okay, in reacting and so on, being always on, an eye on the exit, having a hard time actually trusting and engaging with people. But this month, the consciousness of that and where it came from is going to come to you. And that is what is going to give you the opportunity to move the wheel of fortune by making that choice and releasing that time and that time and that time, everything you've been holding on to and carrying on your shoulders. It's a piece of shadow water that came to light and gives you the opportunity to pull a judgment on it for the continuation of your growth. All right? So, on this, my beautiful Aquarius, this is really, really nice. And I think you're going to really benefit from that full moon in Pisces if you aim it in that direction. And you can say, show me, ask your guides, show me my hidden waters here. What is deep in my unconscious memory charges that prevent me from being able to enjoy and feel the love and the grace and the serenity in my relationships, in just walking in the forest. So, on this, I want to wish you an amazing Halloween, Shamain at the end of the month. And of course, this is going to be a very good opportunity to send your gratitude and your love and your light to the people that passed away, because the veil will be very thin. And the veil will be very thin also between us and the close dimensions near to us, our invisible friends, whether the ones up there in the forest or whatever. And so a good time to send them your intentions of peace and love and fraternity. So also, if you want a private reading, there's the website below. You go there and you can see the schedule. It's always going to be a month, no more than a month in advance for the schedule. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moons, I do a little ceremony to give you back. And on this, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. And of course, all my love and light for the month of October. See you next month, Aquarius. Namaste. Bye-bye.